taking a look at our standings currently, this is where everyone sits. I guess let me try and make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, this is better. I mean, lots of local players, of course, from India who are competing. In fact, there's only three I guess, nationality Indian players. There's Rakhmani and Semisoshenko playing under the world flag, so they're probably from Russia. This is a common thing in a lot of competitive sports nowadays that people have disassociated from Russia to make sure that they can get in and play events because that country does have some complaints from the outside world. We'll put it that way. And then Christian Baque, they're in fifth after kind of barely squeaking in yesterday. We can see from the carryover that looks like the top carryover pair, Bowry and Tadani, they're still doing pretty well. They're up here at 54. It looks like they might have taken second in the set so far today. We've played 30 of 50 boards. But one of the pairs who came in with almost no carryover is currently leading. They've had a huge day, currently sitting in first place, but Bab's friend and Baque are up here in fifth, so they have a chance. I mean, 22 imps does feel like an awful lot in 20 boards. That's more than one imp a board that they're going to need to pick up, but very possible. If there's like one slam swing, then they're less than a game swing away from making it. So kind of goes to show that carryover isn't the be-all, end-all of who does well in these things. I mean, obviously some of the pairs who had some strong carryover coming in up towards the top of the leaderboards, but that's probably also based on a little bit of a skill difference between pairs who get a lot of carryover, probably are just better players overall in general. But there's quite a few that started the day with a very low carry and put up a good showing. Very important to make it to the final round, and then you just have to play your best and hope that things go your way. I think we're on break a little bit. Yeah, the sessions that they play are 10 boards each, so we're through 3 of those sets, and I think I barely logged in to catch the last couple of moments of this final segment. I mean, there was a tense 5 spade contract that was played. Unfortunately, VuGraph operator missed the play, so they just had to claim down 1 here. But the opening lead was a heart. North-South got a little bit ambitious getting to the 5 level. The auction, I mean, we can kind of see in the bottom right here, a spade. South bid 3 spades is a passed hand. So we can still kind of see that a lot of these players don't really have sophisticated systems or agreements, even from like a modern advanced player standpoint. Hey, Loki. And so most pairs would bid Drury, and then North with the 19 count could make a couple of slam tries, possibly if they wanted to, but with 5-3-3-2, no real extra shape, the Jack of Spades not pulling its full weight, and no secondary source of tricks from North, slam is just not going to be very good most of the time. And so playing at the 4 level, even though you have 29 highs or 30 highs, is the prudent decision. If it was board a match, maybe you'd go looking for a no trump contract instead of spades, but at teams, spades seems pretty sensible. Either way, Declare had an opportunity to make it. They just needed to guess the club suit with that Diamond King offside. And I suppose Declare misguessed the clubs. So that was a big swing going the way of the East-West partnership here. But let's see, can we take a look back at some of the other large swings over the course of the day? Maybe starting out with board 2. It looks like, fortunately, we do have the table up for at least a moment. East opens 2 spades on board 2 and a 7-card suit. I guess I can pull it up in big screen. I'm kind of just doing this to wait for the next round, but East opens 2 spades only, favorable 7-card spade suit. Not everyone's choice. 2 spades past 3 spades, and North 5 clubs. Sure. I mean, North definitely has a problem over this auction. I think... Man, what do I think? I think some players would be tempted by double. I know we don't have hearts, but... like, just picking a minor suit or even bidding 4 no trump or something. I mean, some players would definitely be tempted by 4 no. This is one of the very few hands where I think 4 no trump might be okay, even though we aren't 5-5. But I would be very... I don't have a strong belief that you should ever bid 4 no or one of these 2 suited bids if you don't have the right shape for it. So I mean, generally, I would advocate against bidding 2 suited bids when you're only 5-4. This might be one of the exceptions because there really just isn't a good alternative. Like, I mean, you could bid 4 clubs, right? Which is maybe the book bid on the North cards, but we had this talk the other day when Mark Smith was on during the bidding panel when we were doing the review, that especially at imps, a lot of the times, if you don't know what the right answer is, you want to make the bid with the highest upside. And sure, I mean, 5 clubs has a high upside, but if we're committing to the 5 level in a minor suit, we may as well tell partner to pick, because partner could have a doubleton club and 6 diamonds, right? And then we bid 5 clubs and we're in a 5-2 fit instead of a 6-4 fit. So I think if our plan is to commit to the 5 level in a minor, then we should probably bid 4 no. And in comparison with the alternatives, bidding 4 no trump could be right. We might just be making 5 of a minor, or 6 of a minor, I suppose, is possible. And so that has the highest upside. So I actually am kind of leaning towards 4 no being the bid in this sequence, but it's really hard to say. The doubleton spade is terrible because on an auction like this, East will have 6 and West will have 3. We're going to have 2 spade losers pretty often, so we would need partner to have ace king of hearts for 5 clubs to make or 5 diamonds to make, and probably the diamond queen, which they could have. It's possible, but I mean, maybe partner has like king doubleton of spades and we have no spade losers. Also possible, but then we have to avoid 2 heart losers. Anywho, oh, we're back in. Sorry, I talked for way too long, and now now we're into the next board. I have missed the start of play. A spade and no trump, 2 hearts, 3 hearts. I'm just gonna quickly get caught up. So they led the king of spades against this auction, and then cashed the ace and played a 3rd round of spades, which got roughed. The king of diamonds came back, declare cashed hearts, pulling trumps, picking off the queen of hearts in East's hand. And wait, what happened next? Then declare led the stiff queen of clubs. So declare just has a claim at this point. 3 hearts making 3. I'll have to take a look again at what West's hand looked like, but this is not an auction where we would ever lead spades. I mean, I guess if we have like king, queen, jack, 10, 5th of spades, we could lead a spade at trick 1. But even then, it might be right to lead a trump. Yeah, ace, king, 4th of spades. I mean, this is not a spade lead auction. The other table got to 4 hearts and went down. Wow. And again, this is not really a team match. I know they say team 1, team 2. It's just that's how it's set up on BBO. But these two are separate tables. They're playing in a cross-imp event, so we don't really know what's going on in the field on this one. Is the field getting to 4 hearts? Are they playing in 3? Spade and no trump, 2 hearts, 4 hearts by North. Ambitious. Very ambitious. Yeah, 3 hearts is a lot more practical, and I like South's decision, of course, with, I mean, basically nothing and a bunch of jacks to pass, despite the vulnerable game bonus lurking. All right, board 32 of 50 on the day. I'm glad that we actually got the scorecard corrected, so now we don't have any extra boards on the scoring. A no trump by North. It is, in fact, a 15 count. So East can come in with 2 diamonds or 2 spades, whatever their system is, to show a spade suit. I guess South has a bit of a problem over 2 diamonds. I don't know what pairs would normally play. I know we've seen a couple of partnerships play that double of 2 diamonds is transferred to hearts. Okay, over 2 spades. I think South just kind of has to double to show some values. I don't like it, but sometimes, even though we have 3 small trumps, the singleton spade is good enough to make 4 hearts in a 4-3 fit. And double is kind of the only way to reach 3 no trump if that's a playable spot. We do have a nice source of tricks and diamonds as well as the club suit itself. So I think South really does need to get involved in this auction. If you don't do it now, you just pass out and defend 2 spades, and it probably makes. Like, you avoid some sort of disaster where you double partner bids 4 hearts and it goes past double and you run into a 5-1 heart split. But I think that's a little bit less likely than our side just, for one, making a part score, and possibly if partner has a good hand with the right stuff, we could make a game. Conservative, but kind of understandable from South. Gotta lead a diamond, nothing else to it. So Queen of Diamonds lead. Declare does get to win the ace and immediately take a heart finesse, which is nice. And then after that holds, take a spade finesse. So ultimately Declare will lose a couple of diamonds, maybe 3 diamonds, a spade and a club, making 2. And North-South, I mean, as it is, North doesn't even have 4 hearts. So North is just going to bid 3 clubs over the double. And North-South will comfortably play in the club part score. Probably making, maybe down 1 if they misguess the heart suit. I think it's a lot more likely that East has the ace of hearts than West, given the given the overcall. So I think as long as West doesn't lead the Queen of Hearts at trick 1 and establish a heart ruff for the defense, like West will just lead the 10 of spades and Declare can happily cover that trick to prevent a heart coming through. And then pull trumps, knock out the diamond ace, and West might switch to the Queen of Hearts at that point, but Declare can probably duck, and that should be the end of the hand. So how careful does the defense need to be? Like, king of clubs here, South should be giving a count signal. If North continues a club, declare can ruff. Okay, I was going to say maybe if declare exits a diamond here and South makes the error of playing back another club, yeah, it's probably not happening. So 8 tricks for declare. Still getting one more spade from here. It feels like a pretty good result for East-West. Again, I kind of expect a lot of the tables to end up in a part score North-South, probably in clubs. So because it's a pairs movement, we'll probably have a little bit of a breather in between boards like this. They're playing 2 board rounds. We'll head to the other table and see what happened over here. 1 no, 2 clubs by East. I guess single suitor. South doubles, which I guess is Stamen. Well, I'm not sure what the double is conventionally for them, but normally it would be Stamen. And North with a king, queen, jack, 4th of clubs elects to pass, which South, it looks like, didn't pick up on, because when 2 spades was bid in the balancing seat, South should have bid 3 clubs here if they interpreted North's pass as showing clubs over the double. So a bit of a miss there for North-South at both tables, which means it kind of opens it up for the field. If a lot of the pairs are selling out to 2 spades East-West on this hand, then there's the opportunity to win 6. You get to 3 clubs and you make it. Nothing to sneeze at. There are quite a few of these 6 part score swings that we've already seen, even on board 31 earlier. Getting to the heart part score and making it, as opposed to letting 4 hearts go down 1. Okay, back to looking at some of the previous boards. So one table played 5 clubs on board 2. The other table played 2 spades. East passing in first seed. I think a pretty big error there, with a hand that is obviously preemptive and has a long spade suit at favorable. But it worked out for them, because what ended up happening was West opened a club in third seat. I don't think it's a psych. That's probably systemic for them. North elected to overcall on no trump with 18. Not such a bad bid, but I think there are players who definitely would prefer double. I'm torn on double versus a no trump, whether or not the hand's too good to just directly overcall. But then 2 spades by East, deciding like now to get into the auction, which I think just goes to show how big of an error it is for East to pass in first seat. Like, this 2 spade bid does not show a long spade suit and a weak hand. The 2 spade bid tends to show like 7 to 10 high card points or something, somewhere in that range, with like a 5 card spade suit. Partner's never going to play you for this sort of spade length, and as we see, West with king, queen, 4th of spades didn't even raise 2 spades to 3. So North had another opportunity to balance in with double. Or honestly, I think I would balance with 2 no as North over 2 spades. But it's tricky. 2 no can't be natural. We can't bid 1 no and then bid 2 no natural. So 2 no would just be minors at that point. It looks like they would find their way to clubs, but still kind of a silly auction and a lucky result for East-West. Board 4, one pair made their way to 4 hearts, while the other side, East-West, ended up in 4 diamonds. North opened a heart. I'm sorry, I'm not pulling it up in big screen, so you'll have to forgive me. If you can't read it, I apologize, but I don't want to miss the action that happens live again. North opens a heart, 3, 7, 1, 2, 13 count. Takeout double from East looks pretty sensible with 16 and a doubleton heart. 2 diamonds. So first thing to note, South didn't even raise hearts with 3-card heart support over this takeout double. I would say generally a pretty huge error. If you think that it's the opponent's hand, then raising hearts becomes preemptive. And otherwise, if you think it's your hand, then you may as well show some values, especially if you have a normal raise. Like if your right-hand opponent had passed and you had a 5 count with 3-card heart support, you would definitely bid 2 hearts, or you would bid a no trump, depending on what your raise structure is. So also, most players play transfers over these takeout doubles after one of a major, which means you can raise to 2 hearts a little bit more freely in spots like this without being too worried about overselling your values. If you had a constructive raise with 3 hearts, you would bid 2 diamonds as a transfer to 2 hearts. Show your extras. So North, despite never hearing their partner bid at all in the auction, bid 1 heart, then 2 hearts, then 3 hearts, and South never took a call with their 3-card heart support. Pretty large error, I think. Now, with that said, 4 hearts has no play, so the defense can just cash the first 4 tricks, and then from there, they have an opportunity to get a 5th trick in clubs. So let's take a look back at 4 hearts and how did this contract make? 1 heart double, 2 hearts now from South. Good bid. This time West didn't get involved with the 6-card diamond suit. Probably a bit of an error, but not too large of one. North bid 4 hearts. They got a high spade lead, with West playing the jack, probably conventional for them. Sometimes players will use the jack as a spot card and play like standard attitude on that card. So the jack was intended to show a doubleton. East continued by cashing a spade, played another spade, which got ruffed, and now Declare just has at least one more loser. I mean, what? Wait, what happened? Declare led a diamond up to the king and East ducked the setting trick? I don't believe it. I can't imagine that's actually what took place. Okay, anyway. We're back. Board 33. North with 20 opens 2-0. 3 clubs. Looks like regular Stamen to me, but I guess we'll find out. 3 hearts. South will bid 3-0. And East on lead. Gross. I mean, so this is an auction where South is promising 4 spades if we're playing regular Stamen. And North is promising 4 hearts. So I guess we lead a diamond from East. Oh, hey, it's Baque and Tadepol, or Tadepol, however you pronounce it. One of the few non-full Indian partnerships. I like the diamond lead. I like the spot card chosen. It's probably conventional for them, but these are the leads that I tend to like. 2nd and 4th against no trump. So 2nd from honor 3rd is the way to distinguish that from, like if you have king 8 deuce leading the 2, your partner's always going to play you for a 4-card suit, and that could easily bungle the defense at trick 1, 2, or 3. All right, 8 of diamonds goes to the ace. I would say a bit of an unusual play from West, playing the ace there. Regardless of what East diamond holding is, East is either like king 3rd, queen 3rd, or jack 3rd, right? Or it could be 8 doubleton, in which case you're in pretty bad shape regardless. But yeah, playing the ace of diamonds and playing one back, I think it never gains, as far as I can tell. All right, couple rounds of clubs. East decides to now switch to a heart. Ace of spades. Wait, why are we playing a spade? Declare could have just claimed the rest. Wait. Okay. Yeah, the heart switch was a little bit ill-advised. I mean, it ends up costing an overtrick, or might cost an overtrick. I mean, I guess technically East gets squeezed in the majors if Declare pulls it off. But I think East was just like, oh, I'll tack the heart entry to the long clubs without maybe counting the high card points. All right, club pitch a spade, ace of hearts, Declare's hand is high. So possibly a bit of lazy defense from both East and West on this one. Only ends up costing an overtrick. Not a big deal. Plus 460. On to the next one. East opening a diamond, I have to believe. So diamond passed by South, West will bid a spade. And, I mean, North has a pretty normal 2-club overcall. That doesn't mean North is going to bid 2 clubs, but just kind of pointing that out. It seems no matter how much sleep I get or when I wake up, I'm just always tired. So diamond opener, West will bid a spade. Really important to respond to partners' opening bids just in general. It keeps the opponents on their toes, might cause them to miss games if they overvalue what you could possibly hold for these responses. Support double from East over 2 clubs. And this is going to open the door for South to bid 2 diamonds, showing a limit raise, which is, I think, fortunate. We've seen a lot of this, and I think I talked about this briefly when we were doing the Real Bridge panel review, that a lot of less experienced players or weaker players will just always end up raising their partner's suit, regardless of how many values they have, because I don't know why. Like, I don't have a rational explanation for why they think that 3 clubs is the right bid as opposed to 2 diamonds. But it seems like that they'll just raise and then wait to see what happens later in the auction to figure out if they should bid again another time. And that's the kind of it's backwards thinking. If you have a good hand, you should show your values first, and then if the opponents compete, your partner will know to double them for penalties if the opponents are in trouble. So, and if you have a bad hand, then raising directly puts more pressure on them. So here, like, if South only had the same hand without both queens in the red suits, then three clubs makes a lot of sense, because now this preempts the opponents. It prevents them from bidding three clubs and looking for a club stopper for no trump. And it might make it a little bit harder for them to deduce whether or not to play in the spade fit if they have one. Anyway, what all ended up happening here? It looks like Ace of Diamonds got ruffed. Declare has started cross-ruffing diamonds and spades. And Declare is going to cash the Ace of Hearts at some point. Pretty important to do so. Yeah, here we go. Heart to the ace. For another spade ruff. East did not need to ruff that trick, but it doesn't cost. So diamond ruff, Declare can pull trumps, and West will get the last two tricks with the King of Hearts and Queen of Spades. So five clubs making on the nose. I mean, five clubs is probably a pretty good bid by North, but it's not so obvious. Partner could have the same hand, like I said, without these queens, or even without the club ace for this three club bid. And then how many tricks do you think you're taking? Probably not that many. Also, the defense could have just let a club at trick one. That would force Declare to guess the hearts, and on this auction, Declare may have gone wrong in the heart guess. Well, now we wait. I guess we can head to the other table. They're in the midst of playing this hand. Yeah, it's the exact same auction and same problem. I think a lot of players just don't understand Q-bids, is what we've seen at this event. So we do get to see the hand fully play out now, because Declare was forced to ruff all of those spades and ruff a bunch of diamonds for transportation. They're now out of trumps, so even if they were able to guess the heart suit, West will just have the last two tricks. But everyone's getting to five clubs despite the weak raise from South, three clubs instead of two diamonds. I think currently, though, the results are updating in real time on the webpage. They are. So we can see now Bakke and Tade Polly are up into fourth place currently. They're still about 22 or 23 back from the leaders. Same leaders that we've had. Well, not the same leaders, but these guys have been doing pretty well throughout the event overall. I imagine we're playing a round robin, two boards against every single pair. There's 26 pairs in total. You play all of the 25 other pairs, and you play two boards against each of them, which totals up to 50 boards. So we don't really know. I mean, is it possible for me to find out who they've played so far? It looks like no. Yeah, I guess if I click this private scores button, it probably directs me to sign into the website using my player ID or something like that. There's also the silver final going on. I guess I'll pull this up briefly, which is also taking place. Brogland and Bakke are both here playing. That must mean that they're playing the team event together. That has to be. You know, this is a pretty common thing to do if you're a pro player and you're committed to playing on a pro team in some later event, but there's some earlier like warm-up type event. You often try and find sponsors for the earlier event, and so that's probably what we're seeing here, which is why both of them are playing. I missed Brogland playing earlier, but still a lot of Indian nationals that are in the silver final, which is pairs 26 through 51 from yesterday's qualification stage. But they're doing pretty well. So we'll just wait for the next set to start. And then I think there is a little bit of a break between the 4th and 5th segments. I think they have like a tea break, which as an American, I'm not that familiar with this necessity to drink tea, but I know a lot of British colonies and Brits overall do enjoy it, and India used to be a British colony. Let me pull up the schedule just to take a look. So there will be a 30-minute tea break at the end of this segment, which means I guess we can play another kind of super fast celeb challenge on Into Bridge. That's a pretty good hand from South. 23 highs. First seat. Singleton King, though. He gets to open a spade. I mean, a lot of players will be tempted by opening 2 clubs on hands like this if you're playing 2/1. These partnerships might be playing precision as well. So South could open a strong club, which is nice. But, I mean, I would say you shouldn't be tempted if you have alternative ways to describe your hand to open strong 2 clubs. And here, I mean, a lot of pairs will play a spade and no trump 3 clubs as some sort of multi-way jump shift. And in this case, you could use it to show exactly 5-4 in spades and hearts, which is kind of nice. Here, when we bid 2 clubs and find partner bidding 2 diamonds, and we bid 2 spades, and partner bids whatever they do, and we bid 3 hearts, I guess we convey a little bit of the same information. And maybe at this vulnerability, there's no risk of the opponent's preempting. Like, sure, I mean, sometimes it goes 2 clubs, 3 clubs on our left with this hand, or 2 clubs, 3 diamonds on our left. But more often than not, we do get to show spades and hearts. So then the question is just like, how good do we think our hand is? I'm not a big believer in the Singleton King as a working value. But 3-0, and it looks like the defense is going to take the first 5 club tricks. Only real question is, will East lead a high club or a low club? I think a low club makes the most sense, but we could see the jack as well. Jack of clubs is kind of necessary if dummy hits with... let's think about this for a sec, because if declarer and or dummy has the 9 of clubs, the jack of clubs might be necessary. But a lot of the time, it's really not going to be, because let's say dummy has king 9 doubleton and declare has queen third. If we lead the jack, is declare really playing the 9 from dummy at trick 1? Probably not. They'll probably play the king and then hope that our hand, East, has like the missing ace or whatever. 3 clubs goes back to the 10. This is probably a pretty big error from West. It looks like East wasn't fooled by anything that was going on, though. I think West should definitely just go queen of clubs club. At tricks 2 and 3 to prevent partner from having a little bit of a problem here, because North could have been the one that started with like queen 9-8 fourth of clubs, and after a club to the ace and a low club back to the 8 and 10, East might think that declare is the one with the other club spots, so I can't afford to lead away from the jack of clubs. But with West cashing the queen immediately, that makes life very easy for their partner. Queen of clubs and another club, and the hand's just over. Okay, 3-0 down 1. So a bit of a miss from north-south. They don't end up playing in a major suit. I mean, does 4 spades actually make, though? You have to lose a club, you have to lose a spade, you have to lose a heart. But you could get forced. I don't think it's very likely. I mean, West is never leading ace of clubs, queen of clubs. So 4 spades probably does make, ultimately. Declare can just knock out the heart king after they find out trumps don't split, and that will be 10 tricks. This time West is the one with a pretty nice hand. I mean, 13 count, but 5-4-4. Gets to open a club. North can overcall diamond. I probably bid a no trump as East. Jack 5th of diamonds is a fine stopper. And the alternative of passing or raising clubs feels like we're... Oh, 2 clubs, or 2 diamonds, precision. Okay. So this is going to be singleton or void diamonds with no 5-card major, but at least 3 cards in every other suit. So what are North's bids over this? Because North has 15, North definitely wants to make a call. The question is just like, what's double versus 2 no trump? North passes. A little bit conservative, but this time, fortunately, it's not their hand. 3 clubs, pass. Yeah, see, now North is going to balance in with 3 diamonds. I mean, you have to, right? Like, you can't just pass throughout with the best hand at the table. West's opening bid is a minimum. East's 3 club bid could be on nothing. Your side could still have a game. You can't afford to pass throughout, so if you're not comfortable bidding over 2 diamonds with the North cards, you have to bid 3 diamonds now. And East is just going to smash you, and you're going to get into huge trouble. I mean, how bad is it? You lose 2 hearts, you lose 2 clubs off the top. Definitely a diamond loser. At least 1 spade loser. Probably a spade ruff as well. So this could be 800. Probably will be 800. Unless the defense makes a pretty large error of some type. Not sure what North is thinking about. Like, between 3 diamonds and double, you just can't really afford to double, I don't think. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you can. I'm not that familiar with defenses against 2 diamonds precision, but double to me sounds like it's offering a choice of suits. And North doesn't really want to offer a choice of suits. North just wants to pick their long suit, which is diamonds. Oh, what? There's no way. What is 3 spades? Well, this is also getting doubled. Come on. Why is he not doubling? What? Yo, they have lost their minds. Okay, huge missed opportunity for East here. That's just insane. I mean, this is why people continue making bids like this, because they go unpunished. Like, oh no. You gotta double this as East. You have an 8 count, your partner opened. Suits are not, I mean, the opponents are in at most an 8 card spade fit, but probably a 7 card spade fit. And your right hand opponent, like, you can read into the tempo of your opponents. It's not illegal to make judgments based on your opponent's tempo. Like, North didn't overcall over 2 diamonds. They didn't even spend much time over 2 diamonds. It went 2 diamonds past pretty quickly. You bid 3 clubs with a hand that honestly might be worth an invite. I mean, how does 5 clubs do? 5 clubs is just cold despite the ace of spades being offset, the spade finesse not working, right? Like, something good is happening on this hand. It happens to be in the trump suit. The clubs split, so the queen drops. Or is that actually true? I mean, are we really making 5 clubs? Maybe it's a little bit less clear than I made it out to be. But 5 clubs definitely has play. And yet East decided to just kind of go low with a 3 club bid, which I think is fine. But then when North, like, thinks forever and balances 3 spades, like, you just double them. Yeah, this is just crazy. So West probably cashes the king of clubs here to just let partner know. Now they just play heart back, looking for another diamond ruff. So now another diamond ruff. I don't think East should be giving partner ruffs with low diamonds. They should be giving partner ruffs with high diamonds to clearly indicate that they don't have a club honor. Like, you don't want West to lead away from the club king. I mean, maybe it doesn't matter, but king of clubs, ace of clubs. And now West is just going to continue a heart. And there's no way for Declare to get over there to take a spade hook. So Declare still has to lose a trump trick. This is going to be... Okay. Well... All right. Man. Now Declare works out to ruff with the queen of spades, but it's a little bit too late for that, buddy. 3 spades does end up going down 4. And if Declare had played it like this, I mean, this was 1100. Like, sure, plus 400 is a nice result, but you may as well take your certain giant plus. Yeah, I mean, look at what happened at this table. A club by West, so they're not playing precision here, or maybe they are and just chose to open a club. I mean, it's not a particularly great 13, but it's... North overcalls a diamond. South raises to 2 diamonds, which is ill-advised on no values and no shape. But that was their choice. And West made a takeout double. North with the 15 count figured their side could easily have a game, which I don't blame them for. So North bid 2 spades. I actually think redouble is probably the better bid on the North cards. A lot of players get this wrong, that when you have a lot of high card points, the best thing for your side to do is actually defend the opponent's contract. It's not to bid game your way. Like if you have a lot of high card values and the opponents, especially aggressive opponents, decide that they want to enter into the auction, then, you know, if your hand's offensive, if you have like shapely hands like 6-5 or something, or 5-5 or whatever, 6-4, sure, go ahead and bid your own suits and get to game your way. That's fine. But if you just have balanced hands, like North's hand is kind of balanced. I mean, 5-4-2-2, lots of aces and kings, no extra diamond length, which I think is a big important point. Then you should just go after the opponents. Redouble. The opponents will probably get to 2 hearts or something, and oftentimes your partner's going to have length in that suit. Things aren't splitting well for them, and they're going to be in a lot of trouble. So rather than going, say, plus 110 your direction, playing in 2 spades or 3 diamonds, you'll just be collecting plus 500. Huge win at imps and match points for doing so. Well, in 3 diamonds, Declare has a bit of a problem. You know, could Declare have done something clever here? They ended up roughing a heart with a low trump, but could they have roughed a heart with a high trump and used the 10-9 of diamonds as an entry to take the spade finesse? I mean, I guess that would still result in down 3, so it probably doesn't matter what Declare ended up doing. All right, Queen of Spades goes around to West King, who can play back another heart. Declare can ruff low, get over-ruffed. And then, oh, Declare didn't unblock the 8 of Spades. I see. So if Declare had unblocked the spade 8 here, because East held 9 doubleton, I mean, maybe West could duck the Queen of Spades, but that would be kind of a funny play. After a ruff and an over-ruff and East returns a trump, Declare could pull trumps and play a spade to the jack and then hook the 7 of spades on the way back, taking the rest of the spade tricks and escape for down 2. Instead, East can just over-ruff this and return a trump and Declare, oh no, the Jack of Hearts is a winner because of the Queen of Hearts comes back. Oh, okay. Maybe Declare didn't need to do all of that. Interesting end position. Yeah, East decides to play back a club, and this is going to make Declare's life easy. Now just pull trumps and cash your winners. So 3 diamonds doubled goes down 2. But a huge victory for East-West in this room because East was comfortable enough to double after their partner's opening bid with 5 trumps. I have no idea why East didn't double in the other room, but plus 500 is a good result. I mean, I don't think North-South really should be getting into this much trouble on a hand like this. Like, the 2-diamond precision opener definitely makes it challenging, especially if East chooses not to invite. But let's head back to the other room. We'll pull up the standings for just a sec and see how everyone's doing after this round. Looks like the same pair is still sitting in first place. They're up by almost 20 imps currently. They still have a board to play. And Bakke from Norway has slipped down into 7th. It does look like there's a little bit of a fight down here for, what is this, 3rd through 8th are only separated by about 13 imps. But really, I mean, there's a bit of separation between 6th and 7th now, although that can kind of flip on just one deal if there's a game swing one direction or the other. So we can't see the scorecards of the pairs, I guess. I'm looking for places to click to try and find players' scorecards. I mean, we can look at board numbers, I suppose, and just flip through the boards. You know, like pull up board 24, for example, and then if we know which partnership is which, what if I click on this? Okay. So we can see the scorecards for the pairs, and we can see how many imps were won and lost on each board today. Oh no, we see a cumulative. Oh, this is how many imps were won and lost. This column that says result. Gotcha. So yeah, this last round, they ended up losing about 4 imps, which is why they've fallen a little bit in the standings. They also get to 3 diamonds. They defended 3 diamonds doubled, but it only went down 1 trick. So a little bit of an error there in defending, it looks like. But a couple of big pickups on some of the boards. And that does put them solidly in plus. Currently in 7th place. So have they played the leaders? Let's see, who were the leaders? Leaders are Baroy and Tadani. And they have... I'm just taking a quick look. They have already played the leaders, and they ended up losing 7 imps against them in their matchup. We're on to the next board, though. Good. Diamonds are 6610 around the table. Are we going to see another doubled diamond contract? Maybe. North can open 1 diamond or pass. They only have 9. East also passes, coward. South also passes, coward. And West has 14. I mean, I suppose if you're playing 14 to 16 no trump in 4th seat, this would qualify, but it might not even be my choice. I think I'm okay with passing the North hand. It's probably close. I would really prefer to open the East hand. So 1 heart would be my preference. And the South hand, I think, is an automatic 1 club opener in 3rd seat. Or, I mean, maybe North-South are playing precision, in which case South, I think, has an automatic 2 club opener in 3rd seat. But some sort of club opening bid. Make sure you get that lead direct in. I mean, it could be so valuable against a no-trump contract. Your partner has like 10 doubleton of clubs, for example, and you really need to get a club lead from their side, or you really need to lead clubs yourself and convince partner to play them back, even though they only have a doubleton when they get in. West opens a no-trump. Unusual. It does get alerted. I wonder what their range is. Maybe it's 12 to 14. Man, North never took a call. South doesn't double 2 clubs? Dude. I don't know if I can take all this conservatism. I had been led to, okay, South does double 2 clubs, but North also just has an automatic overcall of 1 no. Whatever's going on, North has a complete maximum passed hand. So Definitely, however you show 4-card major, longer minor, or something of that nature, is what we want to be doing on North's hand. Like, your side can still have a game, right? Give partner Jack 5th of spades. Club ace diamond king, that's like an 8 count. You lose 2 hearts and a diamond. The spade finesse is on because of the no trump opener. Way too conservative to not do anything with the North cards. Wait. Wait. No. West just decided to play the 5-2 heart fit? Why? Oh, how did we end up here instead of 3-0? What? Oh, no. All right, club to the ace. 9 of clubs comes back for a ruff, asking for spades. North will go, oh, the 4 of clubs? No, dude, come on. At least learn suit preference signals if you're going to play on Vugraph. Oh, disaster. Yeah, North is just going to exit like the diamond queen at this point. 2 of diamonds. I mean, I guess South did play the 4. So, sure, 2 of diamonds. Sounds good. It doesn't end up costing the contract. Declare only gets 2 diamond discards if they pull trumps. I guess they can't pull trumps, right? Because then they'll have no entry to the diamond ace. So Declare probably just tries to cash the diamond ace, pitching a spade right now. South roughs, plays back another club. And eventually the defense still get 2 spades, so this should be down 2 from here. An unbelievably risky play from North, this 2 of diamonds. Like, if Declare had ace, king, 10, 5th of diamonds, and Declare had 3 hearts as they might expect, then 3 spades go away, and you just gave up the game contract. I mean, honestly, it's probably right for North to just return the 9 of hearts from their hand. Like, North can already see that that they just need to sit back and wait for the ace queen of spades to take 2 tricks. All right, West in the tank, but there's just no way to make the contract. They'll probably just come to the conclusion that their best plan is to try and cash out for down 1. Ace of diamonds, pitch a spade. Question mark, ruff a club somehow, pull trumps. Yeah, they're in a lot of trouble with the 6-1 diamond split. I'm curious how the auction's going to go in the other room. We don't have a result up yet, but we'll get one shortly. Yeah, there it is. Ace of diamonds, pitch a spade. South can ruff. And I mean, technically it's best for South to return a trump, but the club return looks fairly natural. So Declare can cash the heart king, ruff a diamond high, pull trumps, and eventually lose 2 spades. Technically a bit inferior to overtake the heart king. I mean, if hearts are 4-0, With North, South would show out on this trick, and then you end up costing yourself a trump for no reason. But okay, 4 hearts goes down 2, kind of as expected. It's not like 3 no trump would have been pretty either, but it would not be down 2. Whew! I have noticed quite a lot of distribution at this event, which is fun. I think it's fun both to play and to commentate. But this is something that I would describe as unusual. Yeah, like we've seen an enormous number of these like 12 cards and 2 suits hands. We've seen some 8-4, 7-5, now 6-6. Lots of shape on a lot of different deals. This feels a little bit more common than we would expect. I mean, I know the WBF like publishes all of their stuff, and for the WBF events like the Bermuda Bowl and whatever, a lot of players like complain about the distribution. I don't know why people would complain about the distribution, but from a statistics perspective, the WBF has not really had any reasonable complaints against their deal generator. Here, I'm a little bit suspicious that it could be the case that they're kind of like rigging the deals to be more interesting. Not making any accusations, I'm just saying like it's possible. East with 5-5 in the majors, 9 count. Again, this is a hand that I just think should be opened. Hey, East agrees. Look at that. And this hand is not that much different than the previous board, which was also a 9 count. A bunch of good spot cards. The previous hand, 5-4-4. This hand, 5-5-2-1. Approximately the same type of distribution. Both hands have easy opening bids and rebids. And I think both hands have kind of the same general feel to it, which is that if you don't open the bidding, you're going to spend a lot of time catching up later. Like, do you really want to make a takeout double of diamonds on the East cards to show your 3-suitor? If you were 4-4-0-5, maybe. But when you have a 5-card major, you would prefer to overcall heart, find a 5-3 heart fit, but now you've lost out on the ability to find both spade and club fits. Whereas if you open heart, partner will respond to spade if they have it. Otherwise, you don't have a spade fit, and then you can rebid 2 clubs, and you've basically found all 3 of your fits and 2 bids. Oh, God. Oh, no. We overcalled 2 hearts on North's hand. Why? Is this a penalty double? It is. I mean, West is not going to sit. Dude, South bid 3. What is 3 clubs? Okay, West bid 3 clubs. Okay. Huh. Yeah, a pretty difficult hand for everyone to evaluate. I think West should definitely just pass 3 now. They've basically showed their hand. They showed a hand that did not want to sit for a penalty double of hearts. I don't really know why. I mean, I know why they didn't want to sit, but I don't think it's the right decision. With solid clubs to cash, and it looks like hearts are splitting very badly for the opponents. So I think West probably made a bit of an error not passing 2 hearts doubled. I mean, now was it making? What do they lose? They lose a spade, 3 hearts, and 2 clubs. It's like down 1. Yeah, it's down 1. But 3 no could easily make. I mean, 6 clubs, 2 hearts, and a spade is very possible. All that needs to happen is South leads a heart at trick 1, and 3 no trump comes rolling home. It's pretty difficult for South to find a spade or a diamond lead on this auction. I mean, I guess a club is possible. Hey, good pass by West. Really good pass by West. You know, maybe West should pull the penalty double. I mean, if this is the result, like 3 no trump is almost impossible to beat, then maybe West is right. Yeah, the Jack of Hearts opening lead. Yeah, West may well be right that there's just too good of a chance that our side has a vulnerable game, and so collecting plus 100 or plus 300 against 2 hearts doubled is just not good enough. I would be a little bit nervous on the West cards that we don't have a game when we have a big misfit like this, but I suppose the 6 solid clubs is enough of a reason to pull. Yeah, and there's the Jack of Hearts lead. I mean, I don't think South should ever lead the Jack of Hearts here. I think South should lead a club, probably. Ooh, is that good enough to beat it? I just realized there are communication problems. Yeah, a club lead is good enough to beat it. Wow. Fascinating. You know what's even more fascinating? If South had the 10 of clubs instead of North, then a club is not good enough. You would have to lead the 10 to block the suit. Otherwise, Declare could take a first round club finesse, winning the 8. Oh, that's still not good enough. The whole point is Declare needs 2 heart tricks, isn't it? Okay, I take it all back. It's not that hard to defeat the contract. But yeah, I mean, this opening lead, I understand why South led the Jack of Hearts. They want to trust their partner, but they should know better by now. This is at least the second day that they've been playing together. And if your partner's overcalling 2 hearts on this horrible suit in the midst of the opponent's 2/1 auction, taking up, by the way, 0 space, you probably shouldn't be leading partner's suit. All right, diamond back to the ace. North can cash out diamonds, but that only holds the contract to 9 tricks. So spade around to the ace, and Declare has the rest. Don't even need the clubs to split anymore. You can pitch clubs on hearts. All right, let's see what's going on at the other table. I'm sure something crazy is happening. East passes as well. South passes. West opens a diamond, a heart, negative double by East. Oh no, this is Bakke and Tade Poly. So they're playing kind of the Norwegian system. Double showed 4 or 5 spades. Fascinating. Still would prefer to open the hand, but I understand why you wouldn't, especially if you're a sponsor. 2 hearts by South, showing a weak 3-card raise, which is probably a pretty accurate description of the South hand. 3 clubs by West. Obviously, he has a big hand. 3 hearts by North. Crazy. Absolutely crazy bid. Just why are people bidding like this? East doubles for penalty, and West decides not to sit. Or maybe like West wasn't confident this was a penalty double, which is true. Yeah, actually, this is not a penalty. Hold on, I take this all back. This is not a penalty double, right? This is just takeout. Maybe, I don't know. Unclear? Actually, maybe unclear. But if undiscussed, I would also be very tempted not to sit as West. So West bids 4 clubs, and East, I think, makes a pretty poor decision bidding 5 clubs. But East might have been... This could be part of that... this philosophical thinking, like, I made a penalty double and partner didn't sit. I need to protect my plus score that I was entitled to in the penalty, right? Well, 5 clubs doubled made. Was it supposed to make? Let's see. North leads a trump. Declare wins, plays a diamond. They play another trump. No, it was not supposed to make. Okay. Okay, fair enough. What did they lead? They led the king of spades. Yeah. Pretty big error. So, fine. But yeah, I think a lot of players do get kind of sucked into this idea that, like, if they make a penalty double and their partner pulls, then their partner has wronged them in some way. And therefore, they need to, like, make up for not receiving the penalty that they were entitled. So, like, East with a bunch of wasted cards and hearts, no values there, no real help for either of partners' minor suits, no reason to suspect that 5 clubs has any play whatsoever. I mean, the ace of spades is a good card, but aside from that, like, king, queen of hearts are completely dead cards on this deal. Pretty big error from East to raise 4 clubs to 5, but it works out. The opponents didn't find a trump lead, and so 5 clubs doubled comes rolling home. I mean, I guess maybe you have to do stuff like this in a weak field. Try and capitalize on errors in defense, errors in judgment. But yeah, I mean, I can't really imagine why East expected that 5 clubs would have good play. So I think it had a little bit more to do with the fact that they thought they were getting a massive penalty against 3 hearts doubled. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. I mean, I think it's possible it goes for like 500 or something. But that doesn't mean that when your partner pulls, you have to then kind of try and make back the tricks that you felt entitled to. I don't know why the table closed. We do still have one more round before our predicted tea break. I guess we'll head to the other room for a second. Oh, we're on to board 39, and actually we do get to watch our buddies play. Pass, and no trump, 15 count in third seat. 3-0 from South. That's an 8 count. That's definitely an 8 count. 3-0, didn't even ask about the major suit. Okay. You got it. Spade to the king. We're going to try a diamond hook. If East is smart, they'll duck this trick. Nope, East just insta wins the king. They're like, yep, gotta take our tricks now. They continue another club. Man, Declare is pretty thrilled about the way this has gone. And now Declare can just run diamonds and take the club queen and spade ace for 9 tricks. So if East had ducked the diamond, I suppose Declare can take another diamond finesse and East would be forced to win, and Declare would still have that 10 of diamonds entry to take a club finesse later. But it might have caused Declare to squander an entry prematurely. East ducking the diamond hook. And you can kind of tell, based on Declare's line of play, that they have to have the diamond ace, right? Like, Declare wouldn't cross to the spade king to lead a diamond from queen jack 10. They would just lead a diamond up towards the queen jack 10 if they were trying to set up a diamond trick. So East should know Declare has the diamond ace, that taking the king really doesn't have a whole lot to gain unless you're trying to cash out immediately, which they were not. Not after the first trick, where Declare was able to win the club cheaply. So this feels like a really strong result for North-South. With North having 15 and South having nowhere near a game force, I don't think most of the field is going to get to 3-0 here. And if they do, maybe East-West will find a little bit stronger defense as well. Like, a hard opening lead just immediately sinks the contract. Board 40, last board of this segment. And then short break, and we'll be back for the fifth and final set of 10 boards. See who is leading at the end of the day. And so, yeah, this should be exciting then the next couple of days. I mean, maybe not tomorrow for the, or the next couple days for the round robin of teams, but we should be able to see Bakke and Brogland playing. I don't know if the same sponsor is going to be hiring their full team or if they were just playing in the pairs together. Is North too good for a no trump? I don't think so. I mean, so one thing I would say when you're playing with sponsors is that you try and, for one thing, you try and bid down the middle system-wise. And secondly, you also try and open a no trump at almost every opportunity. So, you know, this is a 17 count. Like, a lot of the field is just going to open a no trump, especially if you're by far the best player in the field, which Bakke certainly is, with Brogland being in the other finals today. You just want to kind of duplicate the field actions a lot of the time and also make sure that your partner knows what you have. If you start kind of like upgrading and downgrading things and making, you know, like unusual bids on light high card points, but very fitting hands, your partner's going to lose a little bit of confidence in their own ability to evaluate. And that's something you really want to avoid when playing with sponsors. So I would absolutely open the North hand and no trump with a sponsor. Is it too good overall? I don't think so. I'm not a big believer in upgrading high card values unless I have a 5-card suit. So with 4-3-3, I mean, despite a bunch of aces and kings, the 10-9 of clubs are good cards, but yeah, I would probably just open a no trump anyway, playing 15-17. Granted, I like 14-16 no trumps, so for me, this would be too good, but that's only because I play a different range. King of clubs, ace of clubs. Look at our boy go. Now, really, I think the reason he did this is because this kind of gives him two shots where if the queen of clubs didn't fall, he would continue knocking out the club and then just take a heart finesse. Whereas if he played a spade to the ace and took a club finesse and it lost, the defense could run spades and switch to diamonds and then take the heart finesse. But I would note that in a slightly stronger field where you can trust the opponent's carding a little bit, we go all the way back to the first round of clubs. The king of clubs was led. Now, this might be a little bit suspicious, given that South's hand, dummy's hand is jack fourth. Like, why is Declare leading the king? The defense might work out that Declare has the ace king of clubs and not give true count. But if they are giving true count, and it looks like they might be giving standard carding, the queen of clubs is either falling doubleton or it's third offside. That's the only way that these cards make sense. So either West has 3 clubs. So one of them is lying, right? Like they've both followed low on the club. And so oftentimes the player who's lying is the one with the queen. So if West is the one telling the truth, then West has 3 clubs, but then their partner would probably give honest count. They would play high-low from a doubleton. So West can't be the one with the queen, therefore the queen falls doubleton offside. And if East is the one telling the truth, then East has 3 clubs, and therefore West either has queen doubleton or East has queen third and it's offside. So this is kind of a little trick that I picked up in these 8-card fits, that if both players follow low, someone's lying, and therefore like the actual correct play is to just cash the king of clubs or cash the ace king, because you pick up basically every holding that you can in spots like this. Let's see, is the other table here? They are. North opens a no trump, so we can kind of see field wise that most of the field is just going to open the north hand to no trump, and that makes Bake's opening bid quite good, right? Again, if you're just by far the best player in the field, you really want to win your match points, imps, whatever, in the card play. You don't want to win it in the bidding. You just want to duplicate the field decisions in the bidding, and then try and take more tricks because you're expected to take more tricks. Yeah, so this is something that I've noticed, and I would say I learned it from Madala, but I only learned it from Madala because, I mean, not because I was talking to him about it, but because I watched him play a deal where he did this. And then I was able to unpack what exactly had happened. He picked off an offside queen doubleton. I mean, on the hand that he did it, he had ace king third opposite jack 10 fourth. So, and it wasn't one of these deals where he needed 4 tricks in the suit. He just he needed 3 tricks he needed to play the suit for 0 losers. And so he led low to the king, and then he led low to the ace on the next round. And I was just like, how did this guy do it? And eventually I figured out this kind of this technique for guessing queens. And I mean, it tends to be powerful, but it's only good if you can really trust your opponent's signals. So it's not going to work at local club games. It might not work at regional tournaments or whatever, but when you get to national and international level competition, you can quite often trust your opponent's carding in spots like this. And here we see Declare actually winning a spade and taking a club finesse. Why does it say the other table played 1 no trump, making 2? Didn't we just witness the other table played 3 no on this board? Did I miss something? Oh, it went 1 no all pass? The ViewGraph operator corrected the auction? Okay. I mean, it makes more sense auction-wise, but I was... I guess I was hoping a little bit for 1 no, 3 no. That would have been incredible. But did he actually make only 8 tricks? Hold on. 4 clubs, 2 spades... a diamond. Oh, you know what? Wait, what did I miss? Oh, it was board 39 that I was looking at, where they bid 1 no, 3 no. Okay, now I understand. Now I get what's going on. Yeah, he did open a no trump. It went all. I'm back with you. I'm sorry. I've been a space cadet for the past 3 minutes. So he took 4 clubs, 2 spades, and what else? I guess I wasn't following the play at the end. He led a heart to the 8. East got in, continued spades. And then we played a heart to the 7. Yeah, East was able to run spades, but Declare's King of Hearts was set up. Well done. Gets the over trick. And at this table... Declare has not been as clever. Yeah, go grab something to eat. We have a short break. I will do some into bridge stuff for a little while. So Bake not only picks up the clubs here, but also manages his entries well to pick up the heart suit for an over trick, and Declare here is going to go down 1. West can pitch a diamond on this trick, the queen of diamonds. And Declare will be... the jack of diamond. Dude, come on, please, not like this. All right, the queen of hearts cashes, and East can exit a low diamond, but... I really wish that we could... Okay, East exits a low diamond anyway. Fair enough. But 1 no, down 1... Let's quickly pull up the standings, and then I will... Oh, and I have once again missed the start of play. Apologies. East-West get to 3 no trump, a club, a heart, a no, 2 diamonds, probably some sort of game-forcing check back. They have set up the heart suit. Declare has quite a few winners on the outside. Looks like no danger whatsoever in 3 no trump making. Was playing on hearts even a good idea? Wasn't it just better to play on diamonds? It looks like it was just better to play on diamonds than hearts, but no harm with that 10-9 doubleton of hearts and south falling. Maybe 10 tricks. North is just going to get thrown in with the ace-king of diamonds to... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Declare just has 8 more tricks here. 3 hearts, 3 spades, and 2 clubs. So they'll just be able to cash out. It feels like it should be a bit of a flat board, but I guess I didn't see the first couple of tricks. The jack of clubs was led to the king and dummy. Heart to the ace, heart to the jack, and now a club came back. Yeah, this feels pretty flat. Not sure why they're pitching all their diamonds, but I guess it doesn't matter. Just cash the ace-king of spades and ace of clubs, and the defense has the rest. All right, 3 no trump, making 4. 14 count opposite 15. Feels fairly flat. Oh, once again, we have a ton of distribution, south being 6-5. So pass by east. Matter of preference, do people open a spade or a heart with this hand? I'm always a believer of opening our long suit. I think that it's just more valuable to try and find fits in our long trump suit than it is in our short trump suit. So open a heart, rebid 2 hearts. Like, what's the danger in doing so? We miss out on a 5-3 spade fit sometimes. But what's the danger in opening a spade and rebidding 2 hearts? It's that we play in a shorter spade fit, because partner's going to always correct to spades if they have equal length. Sometimes they'll correct to spades even if they're shorter in spades. Like a heart, a spade, or a spade and no trump, 2 hearts, 2 spades could be a doubleton spade and 3 hearts. So south opens a heart, 6-card heart suit. West overcalls a no trump. Is that the bid? That's not the bid, is it? That's in no way the bid on the West hand. We definitely just pass heart. I mean, sure, the queen of hearts is fine as a stopper, queen third, but this hand has no source of tricks. Partner's a passed hand. We're vulnerable. Like, the chance of making 3-0 is approximately 0 when we have no shape, no spot cards, and no suits that can be established. So we're basically just asking to go for 800 by overcalling a no trump here. And North might oblige. North might double. North does have some heart support, so doubling a no trump could be quite sensible. 10 high card points as well. Probably just leads a diamond, but... Oh, no, 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 no. 2 hearts? South passes? But South, bro. If your partner has queen third of hearts and a doubleton spade, you're going to be making 4 hearts a lot of the time. What is pass by South? No. Why did this happen? All right, it's all fine, right? Everything's gonna be okay. I'm not traumatized by everyone just like making the cheapest available raise of their partner's suit at every opportunity. I mean, I am a little bit. I'm definitely a little bit traumatized by that. So North misses out on 2 opportunities. 1 to make a penalty double and 2 to make a stronger heart raise of some kind. I don't know if that's possible. I think you have to start with a penalty double if you want to make a limit raise. King of clubs switch! And then, of course, South, I mean, just has an automatic 4 heart bid over 2 hearts and chooses to go very low, not even inviting with their hand. Just crazy, crazy, I tell you. Ace of spades, king of spades. Is this really the line of play? I mean, we're only in 2 hearts. I guess none of it really matters. Another spade ruffed. And Declare has picked up the spades, but still has a trump to lose. So plus 200. Not looking like a good result for North-South, but I guess we'll find out. South must have been overly concerned with the no trump overcall. But I don't think South should be worried. I mean, obviously West doesn't really have a no trump overcall with this hand. The flat 4-3-3, we kind of always talked about it. But from South's perspective, West could have a normal no trump overcall with like king third of hearts and like good clubs and diamonds. South is looking at a club void and a doubleton diamond. They don't know that West is lacking a source of tricks. West could have ace king queen 5th of diamonds or ace king queen 5th of clubs and like a 17 count with the king of hearts and some diamond cards. And that would be a pretty reasonable 1 no trump overcall. So the hand doesn't need to not make sense from Declare's perspective. All right, club ruff or diamond ruff to get back to hand, pull the last trump, and Declare scores up 200. And 8 boards to go. I'll keep the standings off to the side somewhere and give an update if anything changes among the leaders. But currently still, Baroy and Tadani are up in first by a little bit over 20 imps through 41 boards. Bakke and Tade Polly are in fourth. And the score page will update live. Oh, that was the last board at this table. Let's head to the other room. North-South do get to 4 hearts. Oh, God. No, stop. No. Oh, it's so painful. I think players get this idea in their head that if they have a no trump bid and the opponents allow them to bid a no trump, then they should do it. But you really need to make this distinction if you're going to play in high level events, that is. I mean, in low level events, you can do whatever you want and it doesn't matter. But in high level events, you can't be bidding a no trump just because you have 15 to 17 and the opponent's opened on your right. You need a much better hand. This opens the door for your side getting penalized, which, I mean, fine. It probably wouldn't happen on this deal. North has a heart fit, and East-West do have 9 clubs between them. So even if it goes a heart, a no-trump double, and East bids 2 clubs, South will probably bid 2 spades at that point to just pattern out. And then they'll get to 4 hearts. So we double a heart instead? No, we just pass. We just pass. We have a flat 16 with a bunch of queens, no source of tricks, and partner's a passed hand. Like, what sort of game are we hoping to make? Right? I mean, like, come up with a hand that partner can hold where we make game. And, like, for each one of those, kind of invert the hand a little bit, right? Like, partner's limited to, like, 10 high card points, maybe 11, bad 11. And a lot of those bad 11 counts are not making 3 no trump, especially when the opponents get off to the right opening lead, which is likely to be hearts, knocking out a heart queen when our right hand opponent is going to have 5 or 6 hearts. We would need to take the next 8 tricks. How likely is that with this West hand? We have 3 diamonds. Where are our other tricks coming from? So overcalling a no trump sometimes competes for a part score if your partner has some values. Almost never you make game. And sometimes the opponents just double you, and because you have no offense on your hand, you just go for 800 or 1100 at the 2 level. So anyway, yeah, I mean, like, I think bidding a no trump is so awful on the West hand, and double is bad, but double is a lot less bad than a no trump. Double is a lot less likely to get your side penalized. So I don't think it's a very good description of the hand, right? You're 4-3-3 with 3 hearts. You don't have 4 spades, but double's okay. What's going on play-wise? Did we get the exact same defense? Wait. We got the ace of diamonds and then the king of clubs switch again? How? Why is everyone switching to the club king from king empty 4th here? I don't get it. I don't get it. Well, they got to 4 hearts. They made 4 hearts with the over trick. Well done. Two hearts by North, I think, is still pretty insane. It's not as if, like, the jack of spades, jack of diamonds, jack of clubs really are pulling a ton of weight, but it's better than not having them, I think. It's a 10 count, you know? Fewer high card points for the opponents. They're pretty likely to get in trouble. I mean, as North, you expect them to run to spades, but if they don't, then you're happy to double 2 clubs or 2 diamonds. Maybe not. Maybe you're not happy to double 2 clubs, but you are happy to double 2 diamonds because of your heart fit. It's probably close. Like, if 2 of a minor comes back to you, what are you supposed to do on the North end? Probably just 2 hearts at that point. 2 clubs doubled is not game. That's not really the thing I'm worried about. Yeah, that is a good argument for being a little bit more free, especially at imps, to double the opponents in 2 of a minor. But I think I would be a little bit more worried that we might go plus 200 and the opponents, or minus 180, and our side might just have a heart game, given that we have 3-card heart support. So, you know, like, picture partner with the opponents get to 2 diamonds and partner has a diamond void. Isn't that really powerful in a heart contract when we just cross rough hearts and diamonds? I think so. We take a club finesse, like, they lead a diamond at trick 1 or something, and we rough, and partner just goes, like, club finesse, ace of spades, spade ruff, spade ruff, diamond, so on. Like 4 hearts is just cold. And sure, I mean, we get what, like 2 diamond tricks, a couple of clubs, a spade, maybe a heart. Maybe we're plus 200, maybe we're plus 500. But 4 hearts is just gin. That would be my concern, is North over 2 of a minor. But certainly start with double. I don't know. I mean, double shows 10 or more high card play. That's what we got. We have 10 or more high card. We have 10, which is 10 or that's included in 10 or more. And some players have started doubling with 9 over a no trump, especially if they have a good lead. You know, there's a 16 count on your right. You have 9. Partner has 12. Dummy doesn't have a ton of entries, and it's really hard for declarer to play a hand when they have to lead out of their own hand all the time. That's one of the main reasons why these no trump overcalls really need to have a good source of tricks on your own. Like queen jack 10 fourth is a pretty good holding, but queen jack fifth is not, because now if your partner's missing the king and the 10, you just have to lead queen jack fifth out of your hand opposite partner's double 10, and you lose 3 or even 4 tricks in the suit before setting it up. Board 43, on to the next hand. Let's take a look at the other table. I do want to follow these guys if they're in, because at least we know one of the players. And North, West opens a no trump, 16 count. Stamen, no major, 3 no. North on lead, just have to lead a spade. I mean, maybe at match points there's an argument for the jack of diamonds lead, but I don't think so. At teams, gotta lead a spade and hope that things work out. Spade goes around to the queen. So declarer has 2 spades, 4 hearts, and 3 clubs off the top if they want to take all of those. Alternatively, they could take 2 spades, 3 hearts, and 4 clubs by cashing the ace, king, queen of clubs, which they might end up doing immediately. Yeah, because now they can set up the long club, pitching a diamond, and the king of diamonds is protected in the dummy. Pitch a diamond and a spade on these tricks. And this will give them the opportunity to drop the 10 of hearts. Oh, just kidding. Looks like declarer has counted to 9 and is content to cash out. A little bit better to set up the long club. There's no risk. And you can use hearts as transportation to get over there for the long club. And then if the 10 of hearts falls, you actually make an over trick, which would be nice. You earn an imp. Probably not going to matter in the long run on a hand like this, but an imp's an imp. Yeah, North pausing to think here, just wanting to make sure that they count out declarer's high cards and shape and everything. North pitches a diamond. This is a little bit scary if declarer leads a diamond from the east hand. Oh, but West also threw a diamond, so I guess it didn't matter. So yeah, North actually did pretty well here in pitching down to the king 8 of spades, or I guess we could say it doesn't matter. You do want to be careful though on defense. Again, especially if playing with a sponsor, that like your partner might not be counting out the hand, might not really be paying attention to signals and everything. And so you want to make sure that whatever your partner's like natural plan is, will always take the maximum number of tricks in these cash out scenarios. Because again, an imp's an imp. A diamond by West, a spade by East, 4 clubs splinter, and East just has a monster hand. So 4 hearts as a Q-bid makes a lot of sense. And then West can bid key card, find out that their partner has 2 with. And... I mean, if you want to get sophisticated, West could bid 6 diamonds over the 5 spade key card response and ask for 3rd round diamond control. I don't know if these players have that capability, but that's usually what 6 level bids below 6 of the trump suit mean in a key card sequence. So, I mean, but we have to start with East Q-bidding 4 hearts. That's just an automatic bid from East. It's hard to imagine from East's perspective that they are missing a diamond control. So maybe East can actually take over themselves. Is that better? Let's think about that. East is missing the ace-king of diamonds, the king of hearts, the king of clubs, and the ace-king of spades. So if we bid key card and partner shows us the expected 3, and then we bid 5 no, or sorry, we sign off in 5 spades in case partner has 0, right? We learned this lesson the other day. No, we bid the expected 5 no. Oh, we're not missing the club king. I mean, we're kind of missing the club king. Partner has a singleton. But we still need a parking place for all of our club losers in case we can't ruff all 3 rounds in partner's hand, which it looks like we can't. Partner bid 6 diamonds. We could bid 6 hearts to ask for the king, and is that enough? If partner has the king of hearts, ace, king of diamonds. Okay, it looks like East is determined just bid 4 hearts. That would have been the most natural call from my perspective as well. Normally you want the stronger hand to ask, not mostly because the rationale is that usually the stronger hand looking at more of the offensive values is going to have a better idea of how many tricks your side can take or how many losers you have once you respond and show a number of key cards. So like what are the important features of East's hand? Well, if West has stiff king of clubs, the queen jack of clubs might be useful, but that's going to be a hard card to pinpoint. And aside from both aces and okay, this is the same number calling me back. 1 second. Great. That was them. They'll be here in 20 or 25 minutes. So I'm probably going to have to shut the stream down when they get here. But this does mean I have internet, which is perfect. I like that. Me having internet. So 4 hearts, key card, 5 spades, 2 with, 5 no, asking. But 5 no is not a useful bid, right? Like West, in fact, knows that 5 no is not a useful bid. 5 no is asking for kings, and East doesn't have 8 kings because West is looking at all of them. And even the king of clubs would not be a helpful card if East were to show that, because you would pitch a diamond, but you might still have a 3rd round diamond loser. This is why these 3rd round control bids were invented over these types of auctions to allow you to ask for queens, basically, without expending any extra bidding space. So East is trying 6 clubs, I guess, to Oh, come on. That's fine. It's totally fine. But East is trying 6 clubs because they think they have extras. They just don't happen to have any kings. And West is like, okay, I've heard enough. But it's certainly the case that East could have a very similar hand with 1 fewer trump and 3 diamonds to the jack. And then how do we feel? Well, I mean, I guess maybe not that bad. Also, 1 more heart. I mean, maybe it's unlikely that East is 4-3-3 with 3 hearts and 3 diamonds. But if that's the case, then we would just have a diamond loser and nothing to do about it. Trump lead against the Grand Slam. Good choice from South. I mean, there's nothing to the play. After a trump lead, Declare just pulls 3 rounds of trumps and pitches clubs on both diamonds and hearts. Roughs a club eventually. 7 spades making 7. So this is, I mean, not looking like a good result for North-South, but there's nothing that they could do about it. Their opponents just bid to a Grand Slam, and especially in a fairly weak field like this, whenever your opponents get to making Grand, it's going to be terrible. Also looks like on the previous board, someone managed to go down in 3-0. Heart opening lead. Aha. Aha. So there's a safety play available here. If Declare can take 4 hearts, 4 clubs, and 1 spade in 3-no trump. Here, we'll pull this up after the hand. But this is an interesting safety play, and one that's very much worth noting at imps especially. Not so useful at match points, but definitely at imps, this is a worthwhile thing to pay attention to. All right, Declare can claim, and should just claim, but a lot of these players do like playing the hands out. Now, I'm sure North is going to tell his partner after the hand, but leading the singleton heart has no merit when the opponents have showed all of the aces. There's no way you're getting a ruff. And all that leading a singleton heart could do would possibly be giving away a trick or giving away a guess in the heart suit to your opponents. So North will definitely let his partner know that trump lead was very good after the hand. King of diamonds, pitch a club. Club to the ace, club ruff. And Declare his hand is high. 7 spades, making 7. Let's head to the other room and see what's going on auction-wise over there. West opens a strong club, precision style. East bids 1 spade, game forcing. And now it looks like there's, I don't know if there's some sort of relay, but 2 clubs, some asking bid, I suppose. Maybe confirming spades as trump. East bids 3 clubs, which looks natural. 3 spades waiting. 4 clubs Q-bid. Possibly a serious slam try. And opposite a serious slam try, I think West is going to have no difficulty bidding the grand here. 5 spades showing 2 with. Will we see the good 6 diamond bid, though? 6 diamonds would give a lot of information to West. Okay. I got another message asking if I wanted to confirm my appointment today. This is the Okay, West just bid 7 spades. I mean, that's kind of reasonable. And South makes a pretty poor lead of a heart. If North had the queen of diamonds instead of the jack, this heart lead would immediately blow the contract, because then Declare would get 4 hearts, 2 diamonds, a club ruff, and all of the spades for 13 tricks. Whereas otherwise, if Declare tried to pull trumps, they would have to guess which way to take the club finesse to make it. So, good judgment at the other table, not leading the singleton heart. Let's take a look at this 3-0, though, because this is instructive. So, here, a club, a heart, 3 clubs, 3-0. I mean, it doesn't really matter what the auction was. South leads a heart. Well, Declare can count 4 heart tricks. The ace of spades and 3 clubs is 8. They need to get a 9th trick somewhere. The most likely place to get a 9th trick would be in the club suit, because quite often, 84% of the time, the clubs are going to split 4-2 or better. 3-3 is going to be 36%. The jack might fall as well. It could fall singleton, so you're doing a little bit better than the 36 plus 48% of the time that it splits 4-2. But most of the time, it's going to split 4-2. But suits are blocked a little bit. So if Declare plays as they did in the hand, which I haven't looked at, but I'm guessing that they just cashed out the clubs, ace, king, queen of clubs, clubs don't split. They played another club, but now South wins, and South switches to spades, cutting communication between the North-South hands. Technically, Declare could still be okay here if they play the queen, which gets covered by the king, and they duck, but that's a pretty hard play to make. Well, unfortunately now, the 10 of clubs is stranded, or if we cross to the jack of hearts, then the king, queen of hearts are stranded. So Declare does cross to the heart jack, cashes the 10 of clubs, and then they let a diamond, but South takes the ace of diamonds. I don't know why South didn't take the queen of diamonds. Spade to the 10, another spade, and now queen of diamonds, and eventually Declare gets the last trick. But if we go all the way back after a heart to the ace, Declare has a way to counter a bad split. What they could do is at trick 2, they unblock the jack of hearts. This means that they'll get their 4 heart tricks, but now because they don't have an entry to the long club, they need to lead a low club. And this might be a difficult play to find, but now, as long as the clubs are 4-2 or better, we can use the clubs as an entry to get to the long club, take our 4 clubs, 4 hearts, and the ace of spades. So this is one of these things that I think the more you play imps, especially if you've seen this technique before, you'll start using it or implementing it yourself when you play. So pretty big miss from East, may not have seen this concept in the past, or might not have realized that it actually applies to this deal. On to the next deal. I'm just gonna take a quick look at the other table. Okay, let's head over here because East-West are currently the leaders in the event. Pass, pass. South with a strong no trump will open 1-0 in third seat. If West has a penalty double, they'll probably try that. Looks like they don't. Transfer to spades. South will bid 2 spades. And I think West should just pass throughout, having not made a penalty double the first time around. It's a lot more dangerous to come in over 2 spades than it is over 1 no. If you come in over 1 no and you're wrong, so honestly, very good decision making from West. They don't have the penalty double, which is becoming quite popular, I think, in Western countries. And then no consideration for doubling 2 spades for takeout. You're not too happy about the way the auction's gone, but it's the best you could do. West gets off to a diamond lead, which doesn't hurt. So diamond will go to the king, probably. It could be wrong for East to play the king of diamonds on this trick. Like if Declare had ace, queen, jack of diamonds and a bunch of small clubs, playing the diamond king would give Declare 3 diamond tricks. But I think East has to know that their partner is likely leading from some sort of strength somewhere. Dummy hits with a 4 count, East has a 3 count, and Declare is limited to 17 highs. Partner must have a lot. So third hand high, well done. But now what does Declare do? They decide to lead a club at trick 2. I don't understand that play. Oh, no, sorry, that's a spade. I'm blind. I'm blind. Okay, they play a spade to the king. Duck a spade now, right? Now that it went spade, jack, king, we just play one back. Hope that it's ace doubleton, which it is. Yeah, the 4-color deck would help me out. I don't think so. I think I'm just really struggling here. Okay, they play back a heart. I do wonder if it was a little bit of an error from West to not go up with the spade ace when a spade was led up to the king. With Declare having guessed the suit this way already, your ace is just going to fall in the second round of trumps anyway. So I don't think there's any reason to hold up. And you're just going to get yourself end played like Declare did, or like West did here. It turns out it doesn't cost. Diamond runs around to the jack, and Declare already had a loser in the club suit. Or the third round of clubs was going to be good, I guess I should say. Declare still has 2 losers in that suit. Yeah, so West can continue another diamond, but Declare gets to ruff. Pull the last trump. Pull the last trump. Unblock the hearts. Don't do anything hasty. Like try a club finesse. And now ruff a diamond back, cash the heart, and try a club up to the king. Yeah, well played by Declare. I mean, good guess all around. I like how West decides to take the last 2 tricks in clubs rather than hanging on to the 9 of diamonds. So 140. Could be a flat board. I mean, it's possible that East-West get in some trouble with West doubling a no trump, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Not at most tables. Pass by East. South has 18. Is this a strong club pair? We don't know. But if South opens a strong club, how many hearts do we bid as West? Is it 3? That might be the right number. I don't actually know how dangerous it is to preempt on abysmal looking hands like this against a strong club. I mean, preempts are effective because they haven't been able to exchange information, but shouldn't that mean that a lot of the time they just end up doubling you instead of bidding their own suit? It is a strong club. 2 hearts by West. Okay. So that's the right number. I mean, I'm mostly just saying that because East-West are leading the event. Like, I don't have a lot of faith that we're getting too much information out of the players in this field, but these guys seem to know what they're doing. And they probably play precision themselves, is my guess. I like the 2 heart bid. If they double you in 2 hearts, you're like great, I've just saved 300 points because the field is going to bid 3, or the field might bid 3. Yeah, East doesn't even raise with king third. That feels like a little bit of an error in judgment. I think East should probably raise with king third. North's double of 2 hearts is a little bit unusual. I don't know exactly where the double is drawing the line. Like over 1 level overcall of a precision club, double tends to be 5 to 7. I know that sometimes it can be a little bit stronger up over preamps. I just don't know exactly what the constraints are. Double seems normal to you? Yeah, definitely could be. Oh man. The other table played 2 spades doubled on board 45. West made a takeout double and East decided that they were good there. I mean, it's not like 3 clubs would have been a picnic, but I don't think 3 clubs was getting doubled on the north-south cards. Maybe East should bid 2-no rather than 3 clubs. Then they get to diamonds, which might get doubled. Yeah, East not raising to 3 hearts seems suspect to me. Because that would take away this 3-heart cubid. It might be a little bit more challenging for North-South to find their spade game. Are they making a spade game? They have probably 2 diamonds and a trump to lose. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe they only have 1 diamond and a trump to lose. They can run the clubs after pulling trumps. Well, East is not certain about their opening lead, and I don't blame them. Leading a heart is pretty unlikely to do much good, but you probably still do it. It could easily set up a trick, and maybe that's your 4th defensive trick. Although I think a lot of the time, one of the opponents is going to have a singleton. I mean, East has to be feeling pretty confident looking at this dummy. This hard opening lead is often going to be 6-3-2-2 around the table. East diamonds are not getting picked up, and dummy doesn't have a source of tricks that are apparent to ditch diamond losers. Little do they know Declare has this 5-card club suit to the queen over there. But ace of spades, or ace of hearts, heart rough, I guess, is how we want to start. And then what? It's a really tricky play problem. Clubs could be 4-1. Spades could be 4-1. I mean, I guess ace-king of spades has a lot going for it. Because now if spades were 4-1, you would just need the clubs to split, and it's a lot more likely that West has 2 clubs when they have a singleton spade. And if spades split, then you can just do this. We can go ace-king of clubs, club to the queen, club rough, heart rough, start playing club winners. And that should be at least 10 tricks. So, yeah, okay. I take it all back. Ace-king of spades looks like a pretty good line of play. All right. 450. Also made in the other room. I assume they're going to let me know when they've arrived to set up internet. I'll probably get another thing being like, hey, we showed up, but no one was waiting on the corner to like give us valet parking, so we just left, and we're charging you $100 for the visit anyway. I have the feeling that that's going to happen. But after these two boards, how's everyone doing? We have still Baroy and Tadani. Now they're almost 30 imps ahead of the rest of the field, so they're running away with the event. Bake and Tade Polly are sitting in 5th. And there's still a little bit of shuffling that can be had. 2nd and 3rd place looks like they're competing for that 2nd and 3rd spot. Oh, but we're a few boards behind. Did I refresh? No, the tournament website appears to just be down a little bit. There are a few boards behind us. So it looks like we don't know what the scores are officially now after board 46. But that's where things stand. Currently, out of 26 pairs, 16 of them are above average, which means that a couple of pairs are doing quite poorly. Oh yeah. We have some of the pairs that definitely did not deserve to be in the final, but snuck in anyway. So I think I'll get my sign off in before I have to officially sign off. I believe that the team event starts up tomorrow, probably the same time that this event started up, which would be 1 a.m. my time or 12:45 a.m. my time. I'm going to do my best to try and get up, maybe not that early tomorrow, but for much of the event, because it does look like we have some good partnerships at least playing. Bake and Brogland will be there. So it seems Team Shori will be there. I don't know who's on that team. And a handful of other probably strong European or Western teams will be entering the event, which is good to see. And obviously, I think they'll be the front runners for taking home the big prizes, but who knows? Everyone starts out with the same score. So everyone has an equal chance at the beginning of the day to take home the grand prize, which is almost $50,000 US. A nice prize pool for the tournament overall. But yeah, that's going to be the plan for most of the rest of this week. Yeah, it's a big prize. I mean, second place is 22,000 or something US. So, I mean, you can think about it divided 6-handed among a team. And of course, that's only if you take home first place. It's a nice payday, but if you end up finishing 3rd or something, you're going to take home, $1,000, which probably would not cover hotel and travel expenses. But it would still be a nice chunk of change to win at a bridge tournament. Yeah, winning money in bridge tournaments is relatively unheard of. I agree with you there, George Brad, that this is not a common thing. Only in the Cavendish, but the Cavendish was discontinued. So, and I'm not, was there actually a prize fund in the Cavendish, or was it only was it only for spectators that could take home prize money for, however it worked? They used to like sponsor players, like you could wager on play. I mean, it was like horse betting. It was like betting at horse races. You think the winner's got a share of their auction. Okay, I see. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess at some point, if I go to another bridge tournament, I could ask Bobby Levin and Steve Weinstein, because I know that they won that event at some point in the past, I think. I could ask them how it was, but I obviously never played. They won more than anyone. I mean, that would make sense. Like they really used to be, I mean, maybe still are, like the best match point partnership in the world. And probably just like I mean, Levin's a very good player. He's a little bit temperamental, but like Weinstein, I think for many years, especially during the time that I was playing professionally, I would say was without a doubt in my mind the best match point player in the world. Now, you could say American bias or whatever, but like he was just winning every NABC match point event with anyone that he played with. Sponsors, random other pros. He would just sit down with someone, fill out a card in 5 minutes, and then win a match point event. And I've never seen anyone do stuff like that ever, with as much regularity as he was able to. So maybe not the greatest team player, but, you know, everyone has their specialties, for sure. So it does not surprise me that they won a like match point pairs invitational tournament quite a lot. Although I didn't know that, so thank you for the history lesson. West Open's a no trump. All pass. It was imp pairs? Oh, interesting. I didn't realize Cavendish was imp pairs. Let me look. You'll check? Okay, good. Yeah, I'll talk about this hand. You let me know. King of Diamonds lead. 8 of Diamonds looks discouraging. So King of Spades switch. We're going to see an encouraging 4 of Spades here. Declare has 4 clubs, a spade, and can set up a heart trick. They elect to win the King of Spades with the ace. Interesting choice. It might have been more challenging for the defense if Declare ducked, but I guess ducking and playing the 10, they'll probably work out what to do as defenders. Ace of clubs and a club. Declares cash 3 rounds of clubs. They're going to need to lead a heart up now if they want any chance of making this. Like 4 clubs, 1 heart, and 1 spade is not enough tricks. You got to lead a heart to the king. Weinstein won 7, Bobby won 5, probably playing with Weinstein. Fred Stewart and Kit Woolsey 3 times, yeah. But see, like, Stewart and Woolsey are match point players, right? These are not imp players. I think it had to be a match point event. I'm pretty sure it was. Wow, Declare just leads a heart up now, but why? I mean, was our plan to just never make this contract? I guess it's fine. But we could make it if, like, the Jack of Diamonds was in South's hand, right? North-South might score 3 spades, 2 diamonds, and 1 heart, and that's it. There doesn't need to be a certainty that the Jack of Diamonds is offside from Declare's perspective. And it wouldn't have cost. If we let a heart up earlier, we would still score a heart or club at the end of play. So probably a little bit lazy by Declare. South needs to dump the jack on this trick. North has made their partner's life difficult. North has certainly made their partner's life difficult, and South did not work it out. So Declare does escape for down 1. But good defense from North leads a high diamond, switches to the king of spades, and they set up enough tricks to defeat the contract, so they win 4 imps. Board 48, 3 boards to go. Pass by West. I mean, would we open 2 diamonds if we had a 2 diamond preempt on the West hand? I'm torn. I guess not. I think I'm comfortable with having the auction go pass, 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 1 heart, and I overcall 2 diamonds. I think that's okay on the West cards. So if that's the case, then it's probably better to just pass. We can bid later. North gets to open a club, whether it's precision style or because they have 18. Who knows? But a club, a heart overcall, pass by South. 2 diamonds by West. George Brad, it was imp pairs. Fascinating. Then I really would not have expected Weinstein to do so well, but I mean, he's still a pretty good imp player. He was on Team Nickel, which was dominant worldwide for 20 years or so. I just think he's a better match point player than imp player. You were typing in the wrong Twitch? Wait, what? So did someone else get like a bunch of info about the Cavendish and was like, what are you talking about? Oh, you're typing in your own Twitch, I see. A club, a heart, 2 diamonds. Double by North. Yeah, I mean, maybe you do have to double as North here. This is a spot where South could have like a 6 or 7 count and just have nothing to do over a heart. I mean, I would stretch to find a bid if I was South there, but sometimes you just can't, right? If South is like 3-4, 3-3 with a bunch of queens, well, I guess North has most of the queens, but if South is like 3-4, 3-3, no heart stopper, do you really bid 2 clubs? Probably not. So maybe North does need to double 2 diamonds to show the values and try and find a thin game. Tricky. East raises to 3 diamonds, though. Aha. Thanks, Muppet. Yeah, so the players didn't really get a portion of the auction money, which of course was, I mean, it's just sports betting basically is what's going on. And that's obviously a big market for a lot of high rollers. Looks like Declare can pull trumps, just lose 2 spades and that's it. Take a heart finesse, especially on this auction, take a heart finesse to pitch a club. So East-West missed 5 diamonds. The other table played 4 hearts down 4. Undoubled. Just why? I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. All right, ace of diamonds. Whoa, diamond? Not the ace? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. North plays the queen. Ah, good. Okay, no, never mind. North plays low. Heart hook, pitch a club, claim 11 tricks. So game missed. And that's going to be pretty costly if people are getting results like this in the other room. 4 hearts down 4. West did open 2 diamonds weak. Take out double by North. 3 diamonds. Pass, pass. Another double by North. Huh. That's a tough spot. What do we need for game as North? Queen, 5th of spades, ace of hearts. We're not quite there yet, but something in that vicinity. I guess queen, 5th of spades, ace of hearts, jack of clubs would do it. That would be a 7 count. Would partner bid 3 spades over 3 diamonds with that? Probably. 5 card suit. East didn't double. They were worried about 4 spades. I think reasonably so when partner opens 2 diamonds. For sure. And, like, you kind of don't have to. I know there was a hand earlier where I was just like, how could they not double? Like, they're collecting a huge penalty. And I'm sure East thought they were collecting a huge penalty against 4 hearts. But as you say, 4 spades could be making or might go down a lot less than 4 hearts. And 2, you're probably already doing better than the field because you were just planning to play a part score in diamonds. Now, as it lies, 5 diamonds is cold with that heart finesse working. So maybe a missed opportunity. I mean, this could be another reason why not to open 2 diamonds on the West hand. Your hand is just too good. I know it's an unfavorable preempt, but 2 aces and 6-4. It's quite a strong hand offensively. 1 diamond's fine. I don't mind playing a system where we can open a diamond, but I think it's probably a little bit too light for me. I like having the 2 defensive tricks, but I think the hand just doesn't have enough offensive potential. It's very strong offensively, but the diamond suit itself is a little bit mediocre. The spades are really bad. I think this is a hand that I would just pass, and not because I think the hand is too good for 2 diamonds and not good enough for 1 diamond. I just think, like, it's an off-shape preempt, and we don't want to miss out on a spade fit by opening 2 diamonds is one thing. But then, like I said, I am content overcalling 2 diamonds over a heart, or probably even over a spade later in the auction, if we have the chance to do so. 2 boards to go, though, and I think our winners might be pretty close to being decided. Let's take a look back. I remember 40 minutes ago when the guy called and said he would be here in 20 minutes. I'm so nervous that like the guy is not going to show up, and I'm also just like not going to get internet today, and they're going to charge me for this non-visit. But the leaders are up by almost 30. Oh, it's still after 42. We don't have live results. Yeah, good meme. Live, as they say. What about in the silver final? Did they have all of those scores updated? Nope, also through 42. I guess the tournament site's just down. But 2 boards to go. And then probably that pair that has just been leading all day will be crowned the champion. So yeah, I'll be running, if not in the middle of this round, pretty much immediately after this round. I want to make sure that I'm available and ready whenever they show up to install my internet. And then I'll plan on being back tomorrow for the start of the team thing. Or maybe not necessarily the very start, but I'll try and be here earlier than I was today, is going to be the plan. No Craig tonight? I don't think so. I think that he's not playing in the alt/OCBL event the next couple of days. He said that his next match was maybe Thursday. I forget what he said yesterday. But yeah, I'm probably not going to do a second stream today. I have a bunch of stuff to take care of this afternoon. And then I also want to get to sleep a little bit earlier to try and wake up to cover more of the teams tomorrow. North passes in first seat. East opens a heart. Nice 13 count. South passes. 9 count with some clubs. West bids a no trump. Probably semi-forcing. If East-West are playing precision, this might be a 3-heart rebid from East. Otherwise, it'll probably just be a 2-heart rebid. So 2 hearts. And West with 11 probably bumps to 3 hearts here. The 10 of hearts could be a key card, and nice 5-card club suit might be valuable as well. And I guess that contract is just going to immediately go down. 3 rounds of spades. I mean, assuming East bids 4 hearts, East has an absolute maximum for this 2-heart bid. All they need is for partners' black suits to be flopped, and 4 hearts has pretty good play. Maybe there's some indication that partners more likely to have wasted club values, but it can't be by much, right? West would have bid 1 spade if they had 4 spades. So if West has values somewhere, it's less likely to be in spades and more likely in the minor suits. But at teams, you just assume that singletons are working in the auction. At least that's a good assumption to make. All right, they're calling me.